And that takes us to the Intercontinental title match between Gunther and The Miz. And for the next 21 minutes, I think this man just he solidified his new legacy.
The
Mike
Miz,
Mizan. Yes. People are going to bring up until this point in his career, when you say, well, what's the best match The Miz has been in? And don't say Dolph Ziggler. You're going to be like, oh, well, I was going to say Dolph Ziggler. Well, now you have another name that you can state, because I believe that we saw the best match in The Miz's career tonight.
I completely agree. I wouldn't have given you that answer because I don't really remember any sort of significant Miz match. I don't
know if you were watching all the pay-per-views at this point, but they did like a title versus career match about 6-7 years ago. And it was excellent. It was like 19 minutes and you had like Dolph's career on the line. It was a great match. It's like your go-to Miz match if you're going to name one. I think this replaces it. At worst, it's equal.
Right.
So Gunther catches Miz with this huge chop on the floor and then lifts him up. And man, we almost had a Rhea Ripley Maxine moment here. I was having flashbacks as he had to go a second time to lift up Miz. But this match turned out a lot better than Rhea Ripley and Maxine. So apron bombs Miz to set up the commercial. A visual that will never, if I continue this job until I'm 80 years old, if Way says to me, remember that time that Gunther took his arms and mimicked the Miz's big balls? I'll say, yeah, that happened on December 18th, 2023, where Gunther is mocking Miz by holding his make-believe balls.
Mm-hmm. You know, if he showed up maybe a few years earlier, that could have been his character.
Oh, Big Balls Walter?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Miz gets to his feet. He's firing back with chops. And whenever Miz would get some offense, Gunther would just kill him with something. This one was an uppercut.
Somebody grabbed a still.
This image was stuck in my head the entire night of watching this guy making the gesture of his giant balls to a downed Miz.
It's actually intimidating when Gunther does it, I think.
Gunther misses. Dude, the favorite spot, other than someone running their shoulder into their post, I think their favorite spot at the moment is someone getting out of the way and you chop the post, which is what they did here. But then it was pretty much the whole key to victory for Miz was this injured hand of Gunther that he would attack. He stomped the hand. Miz pulling out his satellite DDT, not even a pay-per-view, going all out here. Gunther cuts him off with a shotgun dropkick, hits the power bomb for a 2 count right into the Boston Crab. And Miz is trying to get to the rope. Gunther has to let go of one of the legs because the hand is too hurt to hold on to the Boston Crab. And Miz gets out of the hold, counters a sleeper on Gunther by rolling on top, and then he hits the skull-crushing finale. When Gunther kicks out, dude, this crowd, they believed the Miz was winning this match with the skull-crushing finale. And these final minutes, this whole crowd, they were like, it might happen. It might happen with the Miz.
Yeah, I mean, I'm about as I think jaded of a wrestling fan as you can be. And there's no logical way that they would have ever had Gunther lose this championship reign on Raw against the Miz. But there was a 0.0001% chance that they could have. And I bought into that 0.1% chance in this one moment. This match was that good.
Gunther kicks out of the skull-crushing finale and then comes back with a giant lariat. He's taking the Miz's kicks, and then he stops Gunther on the turnbuckle and hits a super skull-crushing finale off the second turnbuckle, but Gunther rolls to the floor, and the boos from this crowd that Gunther escaped defeat. And then Miz rolls Gunther into the ring, and when Miz rolls himself in, he gets caught with a power bomb, and then Gunther hits a Rainmaker before hitting a second power bomb and pins the Miz in 21 minutes and 10 seconds. This match was excellent.
It was outstanding. Yeah. I was pretty high up on their pay-per-view match. I think a lot more than a lot of other people. This one blew that match out of the water. I thought this match was, That match was certainly missing maybe that exhaustive like chop fest we've come to expect from like a Gunther match. This match had that. It had everything you wanted from a Gunther match. You know, a great story attached to it as well with his injured hand. And I thought it had some fantastic false finishes from the Miz that I can't believe I actually even, you know, marginally like bought into. This is for me as well the best match I've seen of the Miz's career. Let's just say singles match because yeah, he's been in Rumbles and things like that that you might have liked better. But as a singles match that he was one half of a responsible for, this was completely up there. And I think this is one of Gunther's greatest accomplishments during his WWE run as well. This entire feud with the Miz, and let's give credit to the Miz for playing his end of the build up to this entire two sets of matches.
This has been a program that has benefited both guys. It's brought Miz up to a level. It's made Gunther, I think, feel like this has hardly been just like some pit stop time killer program for him that this easily could have been. If you were going to tell us we're going to get 2 months out of the Miz and Gunther and stretch this out to this point, this does feel like the end of it. But man, I think the Miz comes out of this with like, he's in a real good standing, I think, coming out of a program like this. And I think this was just an excellent match. And if we're comparing to like, I'm with you. I thought this blew the Survivor Series match way out of the water. And this had like my usual complaint of like, you interrupt the flow. They had 2 commercial breaks to contend with here. But man, this crowd, they were like simmering along. And then once we got into the near falls, like this crowd was very much believing in the Miz winning this. So that added to it as well. So great match if you missed this on Monday.